Hey there, my name is Brett Farrell, founder of the Farrell Group, your favorite lead gen agency and home of the million person list. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about building a Facebook group through your list building tactics. And so what we're doing is we're going to be building a Facebook community, a private Facebook group, while at the same time helping you build a list. Now you're probably wondering, like, why would you want to do this? Why does that matter? That's two separate places. I don't want to manage that, Brett. No. Trust me, this is something you definitely want to do and do right out of the gates. There are some people who will actually, prior to launching a product, they'll either buy or they will acquire a Facebook group because it's a group of very targeted individuals. One thing that's really fascinating is that Facebook right now have been for quite some time, giving a lot of credibility and a lot of attention to Facebook Lives and Facebook groups. So if you look at a Facebook group, if you manage, say, a 10,000 person Facebook group, your deliverability to that group is almost 100%, depending on the attention that you have with people in that group, but they don't throttle any of that communication. Unlike a page, where when you post something on your page, even if somebody has liked it, you're barely getting like a 5% to 8% like viewability rate, which is nuts, right? And so if you look also, like if you look at your own profile and your own personal Facebook account, like whenever you actually post something, there's only a certain number of people that are going to get access to it because it's all based on their algorithm of who interacts with your content the most. And so that algorithm kind of just gets bypassed when you have a group, and just deliverability is through the roof. So the reason why we want to build a Facebook group, again, is because when you're building a list and you're targeting a specific audience, what you want to do is you want to give them another environment to find like-minded people. So that way they know that they're in a good community, they're in a good group, but it's also being put together by you. So that means that you create a theme around what you are doing. So for instance, with our Facebook group that we're building right now is I love list building. So when you look at something like that of I love list building, and I love videographers, or I love video work or something, whatever you want to be putting in that theme, it's the overarching theme of what your business is about. For us, it's lead gen, right? And so we want to get to a larger theme, and so people can get behind that movement. Like Facebook advertising, for instance, like I know there's a large like Facebook agency, it's like high ROI Facebook advertising, or Facebook ad buyers. So these are all themed based type of groups that you can create, but then will organically grow. And at the same time, it will be used as a platform to sell your existing products, your future products, but also a really fantastic place to do market research. In some of my other videos, I've talked about doing deep dive surveys and essentially doing market research and asking and polling the people who are more likely going to be buying your services. So whenever we have a new product or whenever we were thinking about coming out with something new, we just go to our groups and we say, hey, what do you think about this? Is this something that would be interesting to you? Would you actually really like that? Well, most of the time, they're going to be your perfect litmus test to actually tell you whether you should go in that direction or not. It's just beautiful. It's fantastic. And most people are really amped because in a group, they can share whatever they love and whatever's relevant to them. In list building, I love list building. They can talk about all their list building techniques, the tools that they've used. They can share their funnels. They can get advice from people on how they can improve the headlines, how they can actually improve the call to action. So it's all relevant in this whole world, and it's all relevant in this whole like group and list building mechanism. So you're probably wondering at this point, great, Brett, that sounds fantastic. I'd love a group. How do I do it? Well, typically what we do is that when they first opt in to, say, a ebook or a checklist or whatever that they're opting in for, what you'll end up doing is the first email out will be the confirmation email. It'll be something that is oriented around, hey, here's how you access your thing, right? There's sometimes you'll put in some other language, something else that actually might be a call to action to a product, something that gets them back to the thank you page where you can actually sell them on your Tripwire or some form of other low barrier to entry product. So that is the first email. The second email I like to use as furthering the relationship. So when you're furthering the relationship with them, tell them about you, tell them about your mission, tell them why you're doing this, tell them a little bit more about how they can actually grow their knowledge with you and actually educate them on things that they may not have known. Give them some like really cool tips, tactics, something that might shock them, something that might pique their curiosity, but also stuff that's like meat, good stuff. Don't give them sizzle at this point. Like really do whatever you can to like bring as much value as possible. And do that, I believe, strongly for the first 5 emails at minimum. So then after that, you go to email number 3. And email number 3 is where we like to introduce them to the Facebook group. This could be on day 3. This could be on day 2 where you do 2 emails the first day, then 1 the next. But what you want to do is you want to offer them the opportunity to actually get with like-minded people, and you want to have a community and like offer them the ability to have a sounding board to share things very, could be private to them. It could be more in like, the topic of conversation could be more around like, say, we built a community around like vaccines, GMOs, and big pharma. So like that was a much more serious topic, but it was still very charged and something that they wanted to talk about. We wanted to give them an environment to go and talk safely, privately, but also with people that are just as motivated to find answers. So whatever you can do to give people a sounding board, but also a place to post up their microphone and actually, just go ahead and share their voice in a big way with people that will actually listen to them. That's also a really big part of the Facebook group as well. So give them that community that they want to find more like-minded people, because guess what? Everybody's on Facebook or everybody's like listening and tuning into your emails, but they don't know who else is actually out there. This Facebook group gives you that ability to do so. It gives you the ability to connect individuals, and it's, in my opinion, the one level down from like a private membership site. So in that token, build your list, but then build your group. And then throughout, if you do email 3 for the group, then do email 6 to remind them about it. And email 4, 5, and 6, you basically are going to put, or email 4 and 5, you put the reminder that they should go and check out your group in the PS. So there's always a way to get them back into the group, because that group, it's going to pay off so well, because it's such a fantastic targeted audience of people that you can now use as not just, market research, but also it's going to be a perfect place for you to sell some of your offers as well. So you can do discounts, you can do deals, you can do weekend specials, you can do holidays, you can do all these different things. And it's not really out of the norm, because they know you're the admin, they know you're the moderator. But just in one specific, for instance, in one of these groups, one of the vaccine groups that we actually created about 6 years ago, and there's probably close to 10,000 people in the group right now. And even though that it's been 6 years, even to this day, there's over a dozen comments every single day on this, and it's self-regulated and it's moderated by everybody that's in the group itself. So once you get about 3 weeks in and you get over 100 people plus into this community, you're going to be able to actually appoint certain people who are the most active on there as admins or moderators, and then now they actually manage the group and it manages itself. So there's some tactics and some things that you have to do in order to keep the group alive for the first couple weeks, and there's just some posting techniques and things that we've learned over the years to be able to do that. But for the most part, it's just give goodwill, continue to support them, always make sure to encourage engagement, and make sure that they know that they're in a very good group of like-minded people that are going to support them, and they're okay to just share whatever they want to share, and make sure that it's relevant and stays relevant. And that's it. So again, can you build a list? Of course you can. Can you build a group? Well, definitely you can. So thank you very much for tuning into this video. As far as list building goes, I do have a treat for you. We have a checklist that we use for checking off all of our headlines, all of our pages, everything that you actually need in order to build that 7-figure list. This is a giveaway that we have. It's a full checklist I want to give you. It's a download that you can grab. There's a link at the bottom of this video, and you can go ahead and get that at any point. Just please go ahead and scroll on down and get that today. I think it's going to do you very well, and it's what we use for all of our clients as well as all of our own in-house offers. So thank you again for tuning in this video. Please subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you want, comment. I respond to them personally. My name is Brett Farrell, founder of the Farrell Group. Please have a look at some of my other videos. There's just as weird as this one. Thank you again. Take care. Bye.